Good afternoon, everybody. It's Josh here from Looking for Games. It is Friday, February 11th, 2022, and it's time for this week's weekly update. Of course, this is pre-release weekend for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty from Magic the Gathering. We're going to have 3 sessions this week. Friday is actually sold out. Saturday, we still do have a few spots left if you're interested, and we'll leave the information in the comments below. And also on Sunday. And Sunday is a special two-headed giant session. So it's actually a 2v2 format for Magic the Gathering, and you'll be able to use your pre-release kits to play 2v2. So that's all happening this weekend. As a result, there will be no official miniature melee, but of course we are, a pretty sizable building, so we have plenty of room if folks want to come by, play board games, play some miniature games. We've got plenty of room. Also kicking off on Sunday, our next round of Lookin for Adventure. DM Matt continues his Clockwork Catastrophe story arc, and DM John is still 4 keys short. So you'll get to see what those are about. Of course, if you ever want to check out any of the specifics on these campaigns, please go to warhorn.net where you can see all the details and sign up to play. For game night this week, we're doing something a little bit different. Ares Games graciously donated a couple of titles to us, Diabolic and Last One Alive, and we are going to have both of those games running at the same time on the same table. No, just at the same time. A little bit of a double feature game night. So Diabolic and Last One Alive. And the neat thing about Diabolic is it is a hidden movement type game. However, it's team-based. So instead of just one person versus everybody else, and sometimes that can get a little bit tricky, especially for new players, this is actually going to be a team-based hidden movement game. So get to see what that's all about. Diabolic, heists and investigations, and then of course Last One Alive, you want to just be the last one alive. It's a dice playing game where you're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. So you'll have both of those available, as well as any of the titles that we have on our shelf that are available to pull off and try them for game night. Of course, we also have Yu-Gi-Oh as well as Digimon. So those are all things that happen for game night, but special game night double feature, Dark Knight from Ares Games. Now, as I mentioned last week, and we've continued on through this into next week, for our first session of fundraising for Extra Life, we have put together some holiday spring roses. So they're very beautifully handcrafted. They are 3D printed, and it's really neat because first glance, you can't even tell that they've been printed. So they're really cool. $10 donation gets you one of these beautiful roses, which have been to some extent handmade. Yes, pieces are printed, but then they're all constructed, and then some of the parts are actually, hand manipulated to more resemble the flower that they are. So really cool stuff. A big shout out to my wife and all of the efforts that she's put into doing this. And also a big thank you to everyone who's purchased them so far up to this point. And we just put them out last Friday. Up to this point, we've raised just a little bit over $100. So people are definitely interested in these spring holiday roses. So come and check them out while supplies last. We'll probably be running them through the end of next week because we still have a few that are left. So spring holiday roses, and support Extra Life. A couple of notes. On Saturday, we will be doing something a little bit different because next Saturday is actually the release weekend, the official release weekend for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And we thought, as kind of something a little bit different, we would bring in a special Commander night. So normally Commander runs on Tuesday nights, but for this, we're going to run a special Saturday session. And where it's going to be free to play for people that want to play in, come and play, check out Magic the Gathering, the Commander format, as well as some giveaways and some drawings that we'll be doing throughout the day as well. So that is a special session of Magic the Gathering. And of course, in the evening, we always welcome in our Nerd Night group who presents War Machine and Horde. So if you want to check out that game, that's also going to be available on Saturday night. A lot of new stock to get into this week. First thing on the docket for Warhammer 40K, a new battle box, Eldritch Omens, where it is the Chaos Space Marine versus the Eldari. There are some really beautiful models and some really beautiful pieces that go into this set. And if you're into the Chaos Space Marines, this is probably one of the few things that have been out in a while for this particular faction. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. We've got limited stock available. We've already got some sold on pre-order. So you want to make sure that you come and check this out. Eldritch Omens, it's available starting tomorrow. Dungeon Decorators, from the makers of Red Dragon Inn Slugfest games. Dungeon Decorators is basically a game where the previous overlord or dark ruler has passed on. I think he got promoted. I think that's how that works. Anyway, so he's left his lair vacant, and it is an opportunity for you to make it your own, give it your own personal touch. So Dungeon Decorators is a tile placement game where you're trying to redecorate the dungeon, add different variety, add different flavors and spice to it, and make it your own. So those are available in stock today. And I don't know if you remember, but this was actually part of the pop-up Gen Con. So we were thankful to finally be able to get some of that in stock. So Dungeon Decorators available in stock now. New in stock for Marvel Crisis Protocol. We've got several models this week. We've got the X-23 as well as Honey Badger. We've got Rogue and Gambit. We've also got the Sentinel, the Crashed Sentinel Terrain set, which is a really, really neat piece for building around your game, as well as Juggernaut, Magic, and Colossus. So got a lot of new models. And if you haven't had a chance to check out Marvel Crisis Protocol, swing by the store sometimes and ask for a free demo, because this game is tremendous. It's got some really great miniatures, really great mechanics. And one of the things that I really like about the game is how well all of the characters synergize together all the way from the beginning of this game all the way to the current releases. So those are all available in stock for Marvel Crisis Protocol. From Lookout Games, we've got Patchwork Valentines Day. Now, there's a few different editions of this particular game. Of course, there's the original Patchwork where you're trying to put together a patchwork quilt. There's Patchwork Halloween edition where you're trying to collect eyeballs in the creepiest way possible. And now finally, we've got Patchwork Valentine's Day, where the object of the game is to build and craft your board to try to collect the most chocolates to make a box of chocolates for your loved ones. So Patchwork Valentine's Day, available in stock from Lookout Games, available today. Well, if you've ever wanted to be a pirate, then Space Cowboys has got you covered, because they have released Jamaica, a 2 to 6 player game of racing around the map with your ship, robbing and pillaging as pirates are wont to do, and of course, some little bit of ship-to-ship battling as well. So check out Jamaica. That's available in stock, and I think that one's probably going to make it to the table very soon for game night. Jamaica from Space Cowboy. This is an interesting title. This is from Craniums, and this is Macon, and it is essentially, it's a storytelling game where you're going to have a god. You're going to have gods and fates, so they're going to be telling different stories and trying to complete different sets, and all along telling the story and trying to get the success of your favorite characters in the game. So I think this one has a lot of potential. I'm excited to see what it's about. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to really get a good look at it, other than a couple of promo type things, but I think that this one's going to be neat. That's from Cranio Games, Macon, available in stock today. Finally, a different kind of love letter. It is Valentine's Day weekend, of course, a different kind of love letter. It's Jabbas Palace, Star Wars Jabbas Palace, a love letter game where it takes all of the mechanics of love letter and incorporates it into this beautiful Star Wars theme. But because there was Boba Fett, and before, there was Bib Fortuna, there was Jabba, and Jabba ruled his palace with an iron fist. So we'll want to check that out, get a chance to see what Jabbas Palace, a love letter game, is all about. In the queue this week, as I mentioned, now we've got a few slots left. We actually are getting to a place where we might have to put a cap on how many registrants we have, But we've got the Warhammer Age of Sigmar tournament coming up on the 13th of March. Now, the entry fee is $15 for this. It's a 2,000 point tournament for 3 rounds. And of course, there's going to be prizes and trophies for the winners, as well as for the not so winners. So, coming to check out Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the tournament on March 13th. Coming up on the 27th, 2 weeks from now, we've got Star Wars XWing Epic Battles. Of course, these are always got some kind of theme or storyline to them, and they're really cool to get a chance to see all the different ships and squadrons and formats that people put together. We have skirmish battles usually around the perimeter, and then we have one big table of epic battle that you'll get to see. So that's Star Wars X-Wing. And of course, I should mention to you that anytime that we have these like special days, we always have that particular line of product on some kind of special sale. And Star Wars X-Wing is no exception. Those things will all be available and on sale for X-Wing Epic Battles. Got a lot of Kickstarters that are coming up here very soon. We got Return to Dark Tower, Pre-Defer, The Thing, as well as I just got a shipment or delivery notice, which doesn't mean much, but it excites me anyway. For Isle of Cats, don't forget the kittens. So this one is, if you check out the web store, you'll see everything is available for pre-order for Isle of Cats, as well as The Thing and a couple of these other titles. So check those out at lookinforgames.com. That's our update for this week. So if you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Feel free to tell others about us because, as I always say, you shouldn't be the only one to suffer. Thank you for watching and have a great day.